Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
We will select a presentation template to create this design, and we will set our background. Let's go over to Element and search for frames. We will be working with this oval frame and we'll scale that out on our design page. Let's go over to set the border color of our frame. We'll be picking a gradient color and we'll be going back into the gradient color to add more colors to it. Now let's duplicate our frame and resize it into smaller frames that we'll use for our 5 images. You can find in the description box a link to this template of this first page, so you can use it when trying out this design. Let's select all the elements on our page and go over to position and position it to the middle and horizontally. And we'll go over to layers and send the smaller frames to go behind the bigger frames. Now let's duplicate this frame and rotate it anti-clockwise and send it to the bottom. We want this to flip up when the picture shows in. After which we will select the 5 frames and go to transparency and turn the transparency to 0. Now let's go to the frame we send downwards and drag a picture we want to flip in first and drop it into the frame. Now we'll go over and duplicate this page and turn the transparency of the first frame, and we'll add the same image we added to the frame we sent downwards to this frame. Let's add match and move transition to see how that animates. You see that's how we want our picture to come in. After this, we'll duplicate the second page and we'll go over to the page we duplicated, which is the third page, and turn the transparency of the second frame to the right on, and we'll drag the same image in the first frame into the second frame and change the image in the first big frame. Let's go back and duplicate the second page again. This time around, we want to move the frame to the right and add some text. This text is just a placeholder. Let's duplicate the second page again and move it to go over to the page that has the text on it. This will allow the frame to move to the left, snap back into position after displaying the text. Now let's go over to the last page on our tray and duplicate it. What we will do here is that we will select the second frame and turn the transparency down to 0. And we'll move the bigger frame to the left and paste in our text. Now let's duplicate this page before the last page and move it over to become the last page. Then we'll duplicate this last page again and go into this last page and turn on the transparency of the last frame to the right on. We will drag the image that is in the frame before it into it, and we will place the image in the first frame into the second frame and change the image in the first frame so that it's moving circularly. And we'll go over and duplicate this page again, after which we'll duplicate the one before it and we'll turn the transparency of these frames off, and we'll move the first frame to the left and paste in our text. We will duplicate the last page and we'll go over to the page we duplicated at the last page and turn on the transparency of the frame to the left on. We will start moving our pictures so that the picture at the last page becomes the one that is at the left. That way we will leave the first frame to be free so we can add in a new picture. After this, we'll duplicate this page twice and we'll come back to the one before the last page and turn the transparency of all the images behind the bigger frame off. This time around, we'll move the bigger frame to the right and paste in our text to the left. Now let's duplicate the last page and turn on the transparency of the last frame we've not worked on and start changing the images, moving it around in a circular direction to leave room at the first frame to add in a new image. After this, we'll duplicate this page and duplicate it again, and we'll go to the page before the last page and turn the transparency of all the frames behind the first frame off and move the bigger frame to the right again and paste in the text to the left. We will duplicate the last page and go into the page we duplicated and start changing the images so that they rotate in a clockwise direction. After this, we will duplicate this page twice and we will go into the page before the last page and select all the frames and go over to position and position them to the center. We will go back to the last page and we'll start moving the images that were at the left to come to the right and the ones at the right to go to the left, leaving the center image to be where it is. Now we will go into the 5 pages with the text, into all of them, and we will increase the page timing to 5 seconds for each of the pages that are with the text. After that, we will click on the text boxes and go to show timing and start increasing the time, position it where we want the timing to be. You see what Canva AI does now? It knows what I want to do with the text box and it's helping me bring out the timing for me to just work on it without clicking the 3 dots. After this, we'll copy our text box to the first page and we'll change the font to Tan Sunbird. We want to type in a title text, captivating animation for presentation. We will go to animation and we'll apply the baseline animation. We'll set the direction to the right and reverse the exit animation. We'll click the second text box and apply baseline animation to it also, and we'll set the direction to the left and reverse the exit animation. We will click each of the text boxes and set the timing of the text boxes to 3 seconds. Let's view our page with the grid view. This is all the pages we are working on. It's 17 pages. And we want to add the page where the image will flip into the other 4 pictures. We've only added to the first page. We will be duplicating the pages before the text for the other 4 pictures. Let's start with this one and we will duplicate that. So we'll go over to the next page before the text. So we'll duplicate that like so. We will duplicate and also duplicate this. Now let's go back to the first page where we have the flip in and duplicate it. We will close the grid view and go back to this page we duplicated and delete the text boxes. And we will go back to the grid view and duplicate this page into 4 places. We will start placing the pages in between the 2 pages before the text. I sincerely hope you understand what I'm doing. Let me know in the comment section. Now let's close the grid view and go into these pages we've added in between pages. Let's click on this page before the blank page and turn the transparency of the image we want to flip in off. We'll go to the next page which is blank and drag the frame that is at the bottom up and put in the image we want into it. I'll go into the other pages where we want to do the same thing we did on this page now and apply it to them. And I'll be speeding up the process, so I hope you follow through. After this process is completed, I'll be showing you why I didn't pick a video template for this project and why I actually chose a presentation template for this project. If we go over to the share button and click on download, we go over to the file types we want to download our project in. We will see that we have the option to download our project as a PowerPoint file, which the option will not be in a video project, but I would have had the option to resize too. Let's resize that. Let me show you what I mean. If you go to resize and resize it into a video project and go into the video project we resize, and we'll go over to the share button and go to download and come to the file type, you will see that there is no option for PowerPoint presentation. Just in case you're using a free version and you don't have the option to resize, you can easily do this. And the second reason why I chose a presentation template is that you can use it for your presentations, which is beautiful. These animations are powerful. You can just export them and use them in your presentation. That is if you're not presenting in Canva. And you can use them for explainer videos and also for your social media posts. You can resize the design, that's if you have a pro version. If you want the complete template, I didn't share that, I only shared the first page of the template. Contact me through my email, you'll find that in my home page. And or if you want me to design this for you, feel free to contact me also. Yeah, like this video if you got value from it. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and do have a good one.